Welcome to Seth Mackenzie. I have a special guest with me, Croft. We're two longtime fans who have just watched the anime. I think we finished watching it last week or something, so it's still fresh in our minds. So we're just going to discuss our likes and dislikes. So, Croft, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your time.
Hi.
Hey.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here and see your beautiful face again.
I'm happy you're here.
I really miss everyone after Derby, so it's good to see you.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, we met at Derby a couple of times. You know, that Tomb Raider event, which hopefully more people come to next year. But yeah, let's discuss the anime. What can I say? So, you have a lot to say about it. What's one of the things you do like, may I ask?
Right. There are very few things that I like in the anime, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
It's the choice of Lara's voice. I think Haley is amazing. Like Haley, that's how.
Yeah, Haley Atwell.
Haley, yeah. She's really good at what she did. I like the anime, like the backgrounds of the anime. I'm not sure how to describe it, like the environment, not the actual like images moving like Lara and the characters, but what's behind them. I think it's drawn like extremely beautifully, and I do like the references they have from past games. Like, because there are a lot of them, and if you take a closer look, you see there are many of them, and the music. So pretty much that's it.
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree about Haley. She was a really great choice. As soon as they announced her, I checked out an interview and I thought, yeah, she sounds good. She's got that kind of deep voice, but not, you know, a croaky voice, so it's still smooth. So, yeah, I liked her a lot.
With a proper English accent.
Yes. Is that to say that you're able to detect that any other actress might not?
Even for me, even for someone whose first language is not English, even I could pick up Camilla's mixed accent.
You could pick it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Shame. That shows how bad it is. But yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna I have.
Oh, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Like, you know, say what's on your mind. You know, it's all good. But I was just gonna say one thing that I liked, aside from Haley. I'll be honest. I've forgotten a lot of stuff about it. Some stuff.
I rewatched it today, really quickly. I just went through the episodes to remember what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, some stuff was quite compelling. Like there was that moment where Jonah becomes possessed or something. That seemed like a risk that they took with the writing, because he's always been such a little teddy bear before. So that was good. Okay, nothing else that you liked. Let me move on to the next thing that I did like. What are my notes? Oh yeah, I liked Zip. I actually liked his interpretation. They made him gay like he was seemingly, obviously, in Chronicles.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty straight in LAU, but yeah, he had that camp kind of vibe going on again like Chronicles, so that was kind of nice. What did you think about that?
Sadly, he was a little bit too much for me.
I see.
It's he was just constantly trying to make funny moments. Isn't that what you call for comic relief?
Yeah, for comic relief, but didn't land.
If I'm using that correctly, so it was there were only few moments when actually Zip was serious. So I was just too much.
Yeah, fair enough. The writing quality was not insanely high, but okay, so from your notes, what's the first thing that you wrote down that you didn't really like so much?
The story. It's just the same. We got the same story and the same plot happening that we already had a few times in the games.
Oh yeah.
Just it was literally the same story.
Lara still finding herself.
The motives. They're again with the father figure, having Roth, her guilt about Roth.
Yeah, it did seem a bit like it's meant to take place after Shadow, but she randomly starts mourning Roth so hard again.
This is exactly what I thought. Yeah, I know. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, if you think about it as if it takes place after 2013, it makes a bit more sense. But also there were some inconsistencies, like there's the bit where Lara says she remembers her mother teaching her French in the library, but in Rise's Blood Ties, didn't she say that she has barely any memories of her mother, but then Shadow contradicted that anyway. So
I'll be honest with you, I never played those.
you didn't...
None of the DLCs from Rise because I barely finished it.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I know a lot of people like it, but for me it was like one of the worst games, so if she said it there, I have no idea. It was
fair
horrible.
enough. But yeah, they're honestly just making it up as they go along. But I will actually, on the side, recommend Blood Ties. I think it's actually extremely well written, strangely. But I think Nixies did it, not Crystal Dynamics, so that explains why it's well written anyway. So yeah, while Hayley Atwell was really good, and she did suppress how annoying Lara could be, still Lara cried a lot, like every 2 seconds.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. That was so much.
I mean,
And it's like, it's coming from someone, like I'm emotional, I cry, I understand it. But it was too much. It was like every episode. And even Jonah cried, which is fine. I mean, I'm not against men crying. It's just like, it was like so much crying, man. I was like, come on. Really?
yeah.
Why? It's like crying, like, does that show that the character is vulnerable? What's the purpose of so much crying?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it is for vulnerability, but it kind of loses its impact when it happens so often. Like, if she was like, strong and badass and this and that for like a lot of the time, or at least more of the time, then when she does cry, if it was, infrequent, it would have so much more of an impact. So I'm not against crying, I'm just against it like every 8 scenes,
I just think about each character like differently, and then what I liked and what I didn't like in the writings. But I think we probably should leave Lara for last because we have much to say about her and her character.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we can start with Jonah. I don't have a problem with Jonah. It's just like I never understood why, as a character, he was really there. Like, what was his purpose? And that thing that like we lost, like Lara thought at some point that like he's dead.
Again,
that happened. That happened in Rise. That happened in Shadow. So I was like, the moment like she thought he's dead, I was like,
yeah.
no, he's not. Like, I mean, if you haven't played the games and if you're watching the anime is not really a Tomb Raider fan, you might buy it. But the rest of us are like, yeah, he's not dead. We know that.
Yeah, they wouldn't have taken such a writing risk. That's why I was surprised that they made him possessed. But, why is he there, you asked? I suspect because he's the only character from the 2013 game that stayed afterwards, apart from Lara, obviously. And I think it's because every other character from the Endurance crew was so hated by fans. Like, Reyes was a bitch, people didn't like Sam, Roth obviously died, so did Whitman. And so I think Jonah was the most blank canvas. That's why he's been pulled along. So, yeah, I don't really care much for him, though.
Same, because, like, he's there just to motivate Lara. But if you remove Jonah, the game will be pretty much the same.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, to be honest, I mean, I noticed in Shadow, Lara does everything herself anyway. Like, Jonah doesn't actually help that much. Maybe motivation, but what were your expectations going into it?
I was really excited about it. I was thinking, because if someone like right now is like watching and thinking, oh, she's here, to hate on the new stuff and like complain about everything new that comes out, I'm like, no. I'm just like, I am like a big fan who is like extremely disappointed of bad writing. And I feel vocal about it because I'm so tired to see the same story. So when I watched the trailer, I actually thought the structure of the show might be a little bit different. I somehow thought there would be like more separate stories. You know what I mean? Like each episode like progressing, but like...
Oh, that would have been a good idea.
Right? And this is how it... Because they said... the show is going to like show us the evolution of Lara from like Shadow to the classic era, right? So I thought, okay, and if they're making all those reference about the old games, then I just thought probably each episode will have something from the old games, and the story will progress like throughout the whole show, right? That's what I thought, and I was like, that actually, like, I had faith. I was like, that seems good. And then probably with the first episode, when I start watching it, I was like, when they start like talking about Rotten, I was like, oh god, here we go again. And then I lost it, and I was like, come on, like I wanted something good to come out from that, and I was like, not again. We don't need that. We've heard that story.
Yeah.
And also the animation itself, I don't like. I'm not an anime fan. I like animated movies like Disney or DreamWorks. Like I enjoyed the art behind it, but that one felt ugly.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really into anime either. I did like the Pokemon show back in the 90s and the Shenmue anime, but Shenmue actually has captivating characters and an interesting story, unlike Tomb Raider. But so I kind of did have low expectations going into it. Which meant that there was a lot of room for it to, you know, surpass them, right? The second trailer did actually get me excited, so, but...
It was well made.
Yeah, I remember my overall impression on the show is that it's kind of mid. I couldn't recommend it to anyone in good faith. I guess you're not going to recommend it to your best friends, are you?
I'll be just like, look, if you want to see what's happening, watch it, but you've already seen it.
Yeah,
a couple of times.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, I know a lot of defenders will say, you know, Lara's still getting to know herself and becoming the Tomb Raider, but it's been 11 years now across 3 games, a film, an anime series.
We finally got the double pistols.
Well,
like the dual pistols. We finally got that.
Will she keep it though, or will it like disappear as part of a train wreck?
Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, Netflix are notorious for cancelling TV shows, right? Therefore, there's probably not going to be a second series. But, I don't know, people are going to forget about this in a couple of weeks, which is why this video needs to be released now.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, the remasters are going to overshadow everything. The anime was just a footnote. It kind of contradicted stuff that went on, at least after 2013. Go on.
Nobody spoke about it when we were at Derby.
No, not really.
Because if you think about it, the anime came. There was like Friday was the trailer for the remasters, and then when we met, I don't remember discussing it with anyone. I just said I haven't watched it yet. I'm just like waiting to go back, and everyone was like, "Okay, the remasters." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, shame. I wonder if they'll release it.
People were not really excited about it.
Nah, I wonder if they'll release it on Blu-ray. I don't know if Netflix technically do that. The thing is, as time goes by, our feelings soften towards stuff, our opinions change. Do you think in a few years your opinion might soften? Maybe will you give it another chance?
Not really. I mean, it depends what else comes out. Then that anime might look in my eyes like, oh, that's actually good.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's coming, so that, yeah. Right. Oh, let's talk about Camilla.
Yeah, I love that she wasn't there, but they kept Jonah's voice, so that was a good...
No. Camilla, the character.
Yeah. Well,
but I agree with what you said, yeah.
I wondered if that was a reference to the voice actress, but anyway, Camilla, she was the short-haired girl.
Yeah,
was she?
And
yeah.
As much as I remember, she was never mentioned in any of the games nor the comics. I don't like in the Dark Horse comics. I don't remember anyone mentioning that Rod has a daughter. So it was like,
well, yes.
yeah.
Didn't Reyes and Roth have a daughter, Alicia? But Camilla, I don't know. I haven't read the comics, by the way.
It's been a long time, so I don't remember much. But I just don't remember someone ever mentioning that.
No. So, meh. Did it turn out that they were ex-girlfriends, or was it just left up in the air and kind of down to interpretation? Were they just friends? Oh, I don't know. I don't even care.
I never could have like figuring out, because the whole story, like when Lara was like, oh, she left me, I was heartbroken, or I think Jonah said that, someone said it, like she left you heartbroken. And I was like, I have best friends and we don't speak to each other or about each other like that. However, that doesn't really interest me anyway. But it was like the drama behind it make no sense. So they were friends as kids, and then Rod suddenly was like, oh, it's the boss, it's like the best for us, like just to like send you away. Like just the whole thing didn't make any sense for me. I was like, what's happening? I have to rewatch it one more time, but it's just like it didn't make any sense.
Do you really care enough to rewatch it just to understand that little plot thread?
But if someone in the comment is like, you go and watch it again, I'll be like, fine, just to see what's the sense. But if someone wants to tell me what exactly happened, you're very welcome to explain it to me, because I didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are they trying to make Lara gay? I don't know. To be honest, if they want to represent minority groups, then make her asexual. Like, that never gets representation, and it would mean that she never gets into a relationship. So, yeah, they kind of missed the opportunity there.
I agree with that, yeah.
Oh well. But, you know, they've changed her so much that it's like, they may as well make her blonde. Maybe the show was quite uncaptivating because they might have had hard limitations put on them by Crystal Dynamics. Do you think that's possible?
Probably.
It's like
because I never really blame like the artists behind the project. It's more like on the people who are like on top, and they're like, you need to do that.
Yeah, a lot of studio interference. That's what I suspected about the Spider-Man games. They're so generic that there must just be limitations put on the character. So yeah, maybe we can cut them some slack.
But the thing is, I just don't get it. Like, what happened to good writing? What happened to writing good stories? And you don't need like very complicated like plot for the story. Just keep going and be interesting. You don't like. See, that's another thing that I didn't like is like, okay, finally I got like, we get it. Rod is her motivation. She's like, she feels guilty because of his death and so on and so on. But you don't have to repeat that in every episode. I get it. It's like you need it in the beginning, and then after that,
yeah,
we won't forget, right? And I just like wanted to give an example with probably one of the best like movies in the recent years, and that was like the John Wick, especially the first chapter. So how simple it is. You have a guy, wife's dead, some guys killed the dog, he goes for revenge, and that's it. And then during the whole movie you're like, yeah, like revenge for the dog, revenge for the wife, you know. That's it, that's enough. You don't have to tell me every 5 seconds, oh, it's because of the dog. In case you forget it for about an hour that you're watching the movie, and be like, oh, the dog, remember, it's about the dog. It just, that didn't work for me at all. So yeah, that's about the story. And then I have a lot to say about Lara itself and her character.
Yeah, do you think she was like close to reboot Lara, or more close to classic, or more like LAU, or
a mix of the three? Because her emotional side and the crying ties to the Survivor trilogy. For me, her voice was very close to the Lau era, especially when she says, "Sip, I'm always careful," or whatever. That was like a clear reference to Legend, and it sounded the same. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Right. And then at some points, Lara really looked like like classic Lara.
Oh yeah.
At some moments, she was like really badass. So I like the. See, this is very interesting. I like the action scenes. She was very capable. We saw her with a car, bicycle, bike. She rode something else. She was like sandboarding. You know, she was a fighter, which is a bit unusual. And then so we can see that she's very skilled. And then in the action scene, she takes a lot of damage at some point. And she's very clumsy. Did you notice that? She's like doing a stunt, and then in the middle of the stunt, she does something stupid, like trip or whatever. She's like, eh. And then she takes a lot of damage. On few occasions, I thought, no, this girl back is just broken. It's like...
Yeah.
She kind of was like superhero, and I'm like, you cannot bend a metal railing with your back. You're dead. So that was a bit too much from the action scenes, but I felt really annoyed that they keep making her look clumsy, or some of the action scenes ended up with her just pure luck, and I was like,
yeah, I know.
It was like two different people in like fighting over one another, you know.
Yeah,
she's sassy and has that humor, and then suddenly she starts crying, and then she's badass and go kick some ass, and then I'm clumsy and I fall down.
Yeah, there was a bit of tonal dissonance, like it would try and be kind of like grounded and realistic and buyable, at least when it came to like the emotions and stuff, but then you'd see her getting flung into buildings and crashing through stuff, and it's like, how am I meant to believe in this? I don't know, I just don't know anymore.
You're like, meh.
Yeah. What's the next thing you had that you didn't so much like? If only you had more things you did like, we could alternate between the two, but no, it's just pure rage.
There we go. Right. Yeah, that actually makes sense. The puzzle elements, and Lara having like the skills of reading, speaking Chinese and like reading it, but the puzzle elements, some of them were really well done.
Yeah. You like that?
Especially like the last one with Jonah, where they like helped each other. It was good. I like that.
Yeah, it's
it was a lot of myths involved.
It's a difficult task.
That was on point.
Yeah, it's a difficult task to make a puzzle look engaging, because you know, when you're playing it, you're actually working it out. But for watching something, how do you make working or seeing someone work out a puzzle fun? So I'm glad you feel that they achieved that. I'm glad you found another positive thing. There must be something else you did like about it, maybe.
You're really pushing me there.
I think Haley did say that she would love to play Lara in like some other media. I mean, so it'd be good if this was like a launch pad for her to maybe be Lara in the live action Amazon thing or the next game. That would be a positive that came from this.
Again, it depends like on the age restriction they have. Do they want to make her a little bit more mature, or are they gonna make her young again? Probably in her 30s, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I think Haley can do both kind of voices anyway, so I think it's fine. I think Crystal surely are gonna make her in her 30s for the next game. But
Probably.
Then Amazon, they could do anything. They might not. I think Amazon might not want to eclipse what the game is going to do. So I think the game is probably the main priority for Lara's back, finally. Therefore, she might have to remain young for the series.
But have we heard anything from the Amazon for the movie? I don't remember any recent news.
The film or the TV series, I don't think so, just that it's happening. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is writing it. She's apparently a classics fan, but everyone behind the production is going to say that, but we'll see.
We'll see. So back to the anime.
Yeah, I just found it so unremarkable that it's hard to point out things that I like or dislike because it was just so generic. It's like giving me a plain piece of paper and asking me to give my opinion on this. There's not really much there.
Yeah.
But did you have any further notes?
No, not really.
Do you hope to see a series 2? A second series?
Like a second season?
Yeah.
Well, clearly Sam might be coming back, so I mean.
Yeah. What would you hope that they change if there is a second series?
Just better writing.
For Lara to wear the classic outfit or something?
Like, even if they don't do that, I won't be mad. I just want a good story, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
A better character writing, fine, I get it. You want to make Lara have emotions, that's okay. Just like tone it down a little bit. Now I don't know if they can change the animation style.
Yeah, they can. They can do anything they want, really.
Maybe just do like, I don't know. It just like they look like SpongeBob, like super,
Really?
like super squarey, man. Like, I just didn't like the style. That's very like personal. You can't really explain why you don't like it. It's just because visually it's not pleasing. So maybe if they just improve on that a little bit more.
I think there are some frames where Lara looked good.
Yeah.
But the thing I don't like about anime is how low frame rate it is. Like their movement is jittery. It's like 2 frames per second. I don't like that.
By the way, like I don't mind that much like Lara having friends. It's okay.
Yeah. I think when she's outside of the tombs, it's okay, and maybe as a one-off here and there, they can go in with her.
Exactly.
I understand for this medium, it has to be a bit more social, right? So yeah, I agree with you on that.
And Zip is he's kind of helpful. Just think about all the movies where you have like a hero or someone, and someone's like in the ear, like helping out, like, oh, careful, this and that. You know, so his character works just.
Yeah. I mean.
Less funny, okay?
Regarding more storylines, they haven't explored Lara's mother in this timeline yet.
No. But we already explored it in Legend. Please, no.
But yeah, regarding the remasters, which is actually very exciting, what's the first Tomb Raider that you're going to boot up? 4, 5, or 6?
Age of Darkness!
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. And
why are you even asking?
And what's the second one you'll boot up?
I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit scared of Tomb Raider 4 because it's like so long. I remember I had lots of problems with it and progressing, so that'll be the last one.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Chronicles, even if it was like really broken, it had some great parts and it's short, so probably it'll be Age of Darkness, Chronicles, and then The Last Revelation.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Last Revelation, but yeah, I'm so excited for the remasters, for real.
Tell me about it.
But yeah, and February's not that far away, so that's exciting.
Yep. Did you pre-order already?
No. I'll wait a little bit longer. I'll see if a physical version gets announced, so we'll see.
Right.
But yeah, I guess regarding the anime, there's not much else to say, is there? Unless you did have further thoughts.
I'm so sorry for saying that, but yeah. My score would be. Let's give it a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Yeah, what would my score be? Because mathematically 5 is exactly in the middle. It's mid, it's not good, it's not bad. I'll give it a 5.5.
Oh, okay.
Because there were some moments of it being captivating. But yeah, what can I say? That was that. But either way, it was heaps of fun talking to you, so I appreciate you coming on here.
It was so lovely to be here, and this is the first time like I'm doing something like that, so it's super exciting. It's super fun.
Same, it's my first time too, so we're each other's first time. So thank you for that, and I can't wait to see you at next Derby, alright? Thanks everyone for watching
or maybe
as well. Summer as well.
Summer, maybe.
Maybe, we'll see if a mid-year event happens, but regardless, thank you so much. Bye for now.
Bye!